want to talk about today is where healthcare was and kind of where healthcare is going, and give everybody an idea of kind of how we've seen the evolution of our own practice, but really it's about where practices have gone overall. So prior to Nutrimetrics, we had a very typical cardiology practice. The name of our practice was South Florida Cardiology Associates. And as you can see from the picture, it had to have very routine waiting room. And we saw that the landscape of healthcare was changing. And we realized that if we didn't go out and change what we were doing, that we could be one of the many physicians who would either sell to a hospital, go bankrupt, or barely make it.
And we weren't going to do that. No way.
So we went out and we said, listen, we need to rebrand us as health professionals. So we wanted to take South Florida Cardiology Associates and change it more into a health and wellness company. So in order to change us into a health and wellness company, we needed to find a line of nutraceutical products that not only represented health and wellness, gave good patient outcomes, but had a little bit of sexiness to it and had a little of shelf appeal. It was very important that they worked and they looked good, and that's what really led us to looking at Nutrimetrics.
Right. Now, what we all have to understand is that if you want to be a health and wellness company, your patients want to hear from you where to get your nutraceuticals from. Now think about this. We recommend their pharmaceuticals, but if you're truly going to be health and wellness, they want to hear about your nutraceuticals as well. If I tell a patient, you need vitamin D and you need fish oils, but I don't tell them where to get them or where to get the best, and they go to the vitamin shop. Now think about what happens here. The vitamin shop is running a special. They overbought all their fish oils, and the manager tells Sally, hey, we got too many bottles of fish oil here, let's blow these out. So typically a patient's going to go and they're going to find the cheapest stuff on the rack, and they're going to come back and they're going to be on fish oils, but the question is, are they doing what's best for them? And obviously no. And I'm going to prove that to you in a second.
So we decided to put the products up and make them very visible to our patient population. We also said to us, listen, if we're going to be successful, we need to form a team. Just like the Miami Heat has a championship team, we said we need a championship team. So we really went and utilized what I consider to be the LeBron Jameses of Nutrimetrics. We utilized Brandi Murphy and, of course, Dr. Mason to really help build what we consider a championship team. Now, these two individuals are amazing, and they're available for all of you to use. And I would recommend highly that you use these individuals because they truly are the LeBron James of healthcare. So what did we do to kind of transform our medical practice into a health and wellness? Well, we decided that we needed to capture more revenue. We believed in the concept of people taking Nutrimetrics, but we also wanted them not to leave our facility. So we added on an on-site pharmacy because our belief was let the patients fill their prescriptions, but at the same time, let them fill their Nutrimetrics concerns. So let them get everything in one place.
Now, I don't know if any of you, physicians are here or how many you dispense out of your office, but from the nutraceutical point of view, in my practice, and I think it's very important for you guys as well, you have to have stock in your office, because there's many times if you don't have stock, or if I've told a patient you need to be on a supplement, and if you don't have it, they're going to go out and get it, or if you tell them to get it on your portal, they're not going to get what you tell them from Nutrimetrics' point of view. So if you have the stock in your office, or if you have a pharmacy in your office, they're definitely going to get what you want them to get versus going out and getting what they want to get. Okay?
So we wound up building this room that you guys see. And in this room was a pharmacy and all our Nutrimetrics products. So we kind of made our facility appear as kind of more of a wellness cafe. So we converted the typical waiting room that people see as a boring area for people to sit, and we said, let's make it more into a kind of a Starbucks feel. Took out the chairs, we put in the couches, and we made an area that we called our juice bar nutrimetrics pharmacy, where we could do tastings, and we felt that that attention would increase the visibility of our products and also give the patients an area where they felt comfortable and where they didn't see it as waiting, but they saw it as enjoying the facilities.
And what you could see here is from the picture, and your waiting room now, instead of just being a pure waiting room, which patients just wait in, why don't you make it entertaining? Why don't you make it educational, okay? So throughout the day, we have our NC who's going through, giving lectures, giving tastings. You could see there's a coffee machine there. You could see there's products, our products are there. So there's a lot of interaction. So obviously people are gonna be waiting in a waiting room, but it makes it fun, and it becomes another business value for us as well. But again, there you see it, okay?
So as the arrow goes up, we said, listen, we want to retain these patients. Now that we've captured them in a wellness cafe, now that people actually come to see us, maybe sometimes just to be there. We actually had people who were in this area that weren't even scheduled to see the doctor. They're actually coming there just to be there because, you know, a lot of the older patients are lonely. And believe it or not, when they have a place for social gathering that they enjoy, they actually are attracted to go there. So I would say 20% of the people that were there, I'm like, are you seeing me today? No. Well, what are you doing here? I'm here having coffee and talking to my friends. Have a good time.
You know, it's very important to make sure that when we recommend a nutraceutical, they don't take a nutraceutical for a month. Typically, when we recommend something, it's forever. And how do we know, or how do I know, if they're taking the nutraceutical? Because I can tell when they're on our products versus taking an imposter. And you may say, well, how do you know that, Dr. Krichmar? Well, we do advanced labs. And we do labs called HDL. So, for instance, I measure EPA and DHA contents, and I could tell what their fish oil content is. So I recommend our Heart Health Essential Fish Oils. So when they come back and their level's low, and I've recommended it, and their level's low, because I know when they take our product, their levels are always therapeutic. They're always in the range. And when they come back and they're low, and I ask them, are you taking our product? Always. Or if I give them the vitamin D, and their vitamin D levels come out low, I know, are you taking the 5,000 international units? No, but it's obvious. So there's ways that I know how good our products are. Number one, I take them. So I know there's ways that I could check on the patient. So they can't cheat me. So this is a way, so not only is it important that the patients stay on the products, it's important that when a patient knows that, you could prove to a patient that our products are successful, they work, and you could show them in black and white. It's a very powerful tool. Thank you.
So what's interesting is, Perry and I, we never stop. I've been with him 20 years.
21.
21. And I think we've had a half a fight. Half? A half. So anyway, we said, listen, we have a captured audience. We have 40,000 patients. And we need to give them the whole one-stop shopping experience. So we said we need to add a medical continuum. We want medical, we want wellness and weight loss and nutrition and life coaching. So we came along and said, listen, why don't we take TLS, why don't we take GeneSNP and have a program that is personalized but yet genetically engineered. So instead of the Jenny Craigs out there and these diets that are kind of very one-stop for everybody, we said, let's make it personalized to the physiology of our patients. So they know they're getting a program that is much more personalized and genetically engineered. And so by combining the two, we launched this program in January, and I would tell you we see about 50 patients a day right now in our locations that are in the program.
Well, let's face it. 65% of the people are overweight, 30% are obese. 1 out of every 3 children born today is going to be a diabetic. There's no wonder there's a problem with the healthcare system today. Guys, it's not because there's no money for the healthcare system, it's we're taxing the healthcare system because of our diseases that we cause ourselves because of the problem with obesity. So, if you're going to, this is prevention and wellness, it's not an option anymore. You cannot practice cardiology, internal medicine today if you're not aligned with a health and wellness company like Nutrimetrics. If you just go to a doctor and he's taking your blood pressure and he's giving you cholesterol medication, but he's not paying attention to your weight, he's not taking attention to your nutritional status, he's not doing his job or her job. There's no way, because if they're not addressing these issues, how could they be taking total care of you? Most overweight people are malnourished. They need nutraceutical supplementation, okay? So if you got to have the whole package. You just cannot take care of one aspect of them and not take care of the nutritional aspect of them.
You know, what's interesting is we got a call from Burger King, who actually asked us for our TLS Gene SNP product. And so the person who sent me the email was Whopper.com. Everybody at Burger King is Whopper.com. So it's very interesting that Whopper.com was coming to Elite Health for a TLS Gene SNP weight loss executive wellness program. But I will tell you, is this transformation that you have seen, while a lot of our colleagues have not made it, and it's sad that we see it, it has really saved our business. It has saved our practice.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, we enjoy practicing healthcare more than ever. So what do we see for the future? We see for the future simplification. We see for the future automation. We want every practice in the country, no matter what their specialty, no matter what their staff size, to successfully implement Nutrimetrics and change the health of our country.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.